Hello Marco, how are you?
How are you doing?
Very nice to see you. You know, here we have Marco Meier, which is a former student of EADA. When did you finish your master's in marketing?
2007, so 7 years ago.
So 7 years ago still. And
yeah.
what are you doing in town? What are you doing in Barcelona today?
Actually a reunion. I didn't know till last minute if I could make it, but 8-9 people from my class. So just meeting up right now. The furthest is flying in from Panama. So
okay.
Yeah, amazing. And we're 8-9 people meeting now. I heard there's even sonar. I don't even know what sonar is. I just found out a minute ago. But I just came for the reunion basically.
Okay, so also a good opportunity to watch, you know, the starting of the world champs.
Exactly.
With some people from different parts of the world.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Marco, taking advantage that you are here with us, we always like to ask you, you know, what's going on, how was it afterwards. So I have several questions that I'd like to ask you. But the first one is, and I know you quite well, but anyway, just for the audience as well, as a global citizen, because I consider yourself a global citizen. Yeah. So you were born in Germany, you got your undergraduate studies in the US, and then you came for the master's in marketing here in EADA. And after this education, you started your career working in Dubai for a Starcom, and then in Google, Hamburg.
Right.
You know, currently working for Google, global company. So as a global citizen, about all these pieces, you know, bits and pieces from different experiences, how do you think that EADA and the Masters in Marketing contributed to where you are today?
I think first of all, EADA took the definition of global to an entirely new level. I mean, I used to live abroad, but the class I was in, I mean, the diversity in it was just amazing. We were 23, 24 students, I think I remember, from 15 or 16 countries. So the diversity in that class and the way you recruited them was incredible. And I'm still in touch. I mean, that's the reason why I'm here in Barcelona now. I'm still in touch with most of them. So it's really exciting. And the master itself, when it comes to like the studying part, it helped me a lot. It still helps me to have that macro focus, because I work in mostly media, but to have that macro focus on marketing itself, it still helps me till today in my job actually. So.
Being in EADA, you know, we are always forced to ask you, do you remember any professor? Can you tell me one name of your professors that you know that you have in mind?
Mavromatis.
Okay, well that was an easy one, right? Mavromatis in marketing.
Yeah, because he was looking over our master thesis in the end, and I think a lot of us kind of fell into the trap of doing a communications plan versus a marketing plan. So his words are still echoing in my ears, like, don't do a communications plan, do a marketing plan. So I still definitely remember Mavromatis.
Nice, thank you, Marco. And I mean, today actually is interesting because on Monday, I mean, we're celebrating a new graduation of this year's master's programs. Where actually, I mean, we're proud of saying that 700 will join us for the event. Not 7 graduates, but 700 graduates, where we're including families and relatives. But what if you would have the chance, you know, to send them a message or to tell them something? What would you tell to someone that is graduating in 2014 of a master's in marketing, and you with 7 years experience afterwards? What would you tell them?
I would, if I think of one thing or can give one advice, it's definitely to follow your passion. It's so important. I mean, we have so many years of work ahead of us, and there's so much passion you build up during this year and studying this master in marketing. So whether it be, if your passion is to be close to your family, I mean, look for jobs in your home country, why not? If your passion is in a certain field of study, for me it was digital marketing, look at other countries as well, not only your home country. Look at other markets, like which market can actually contribute to your experience a lot. So for me, it was Dubai, because Dubai, the digital media landscape was still 3-4 years behind Europe. So for me, it was a great way to start on the groundwork and learn the basics. So whatever field you're in, I think there's a great market, there's a great company out there. So just follow your passion and be open to opportunities.
Okay, so follow your passion, be open. And if someone says, well, my passion would be working for Google, what would you tell someone that would like to join Google? What kind of advice would you tell this person?
When I graduated, I think the first companies I applied for were big brands, and I not necessarily try to follow my passion. So I ended up working for a media agency, and I just really started to like my job. So eventually I ended up at a company that I really enjoy for working at as well. But I think if you really, like I said, if you are passionate about what you do, you're gonna end up sooner or later at a job that you really like to as well, and at a company that supports that. I mean, when it comes to Google Concrete, feel free to reach out to me, and then I can try forward the resume and then see what we can do, or I can give you advice. I'm happy to do that anytime. So it's obviously a great company to work for, and if I can contribute anything to my alumni colleagues, I'm happy to do that.
And what do you think that they, going back to your experience here in EADA, things that we try to do that could fit with the Google experience, the Google Life? What are, where do you see any connection between your experience in EADA and your day-to-day job at Google, or how do you see that?
It's what was actually different to most of us in our class is when they did their bachelor, they were in a group with 200-300 students. Here at EADA, we're 20, maximum 25, 30 per class. So it's really working hands-on. Even the master thesis, you work with the company. So it's really hands-on what you do, and it's very real, very close to real life. And then especially at Google, we work in small teams as well, of 5 to 6, and we always work on small, diverse teams to work on a certain project. And you work with guys who are much younger than you, or they're excellent. You work with guys who are from different backgrounds, different countries. So it does prepare you a lot for life after the master. And at Google, it's almost like an EADA masterclass a little bit, because there's so many people from so many different countries that you need to get along. It's not always easy to work with diversity, but the outcome is excellent. So
yeah, I'm not going to ask you today here, after 7 years after some of your diversity issues, because it's part of the game, and it's part of the interesting part. But what will you tell us? As a graduate, and how we are. I mean, we always say learning by doing, but we also try to learn by talking to our graduates. Anything you would tell us? I mean, anything to EADA and to the master's team to keep on what we are doing? So any piece of advice that you would like to give us?
I love the global reach, the global outreach you guys do. So you really, just came from a video conference with Bangalore. You on all parts of the world you engage. So this is very important. But from this global view, also, I think I wrote you an email yesterday that I will be in town, and you just took an hour to meet me, and to just had a coffee upstairs and meet. And so from the big things you do on a global level to the small things, when I just write you an email if you want to meet up for a coffee, I mean, those things are great, because it's a global organization from out of Barcelona, but you still have this familiar touch, with it, and I think that's what I really appreciate about EADA.
Thank you, Marco. And if just finishing this short interview, because we know you want to enjoy the city, so we have to keep you, leave you and enjoy the city. If you think of EADA, one word that comes to your mind. One word that comes to your mind when you think of EADA.
Passion. I would definitely say passion. Like I said at the beginning of the interview, it's very important to follow your passion. You create so much passion, with your fellow colleagues during the master, and you guys live it as well. I mean, it comes across. So I think if I have to summarize one word, I would just say passion.
Okay, man. So thank you very much, and great to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Okay, bye.